So I was trying to translate the scientific knowledge of what we were doing into practical information for everybody to understand. So people with HIV now are living longer. That's a success story. But with longevity come other problems, neurodegenerative diseases. So you have cognitive disorder, depression, gait issue, memory issue, and that needs to be addressed. So we need to find the proper mechanism to find proper treatment for that. I always loved pathogen, host pathogen interaction, and HIV is one surprising model for that because the host is going to live with the pathogen a long time. So when I had the opportunity to do a PhD and that opportunity happened, I jumped on it because I was already in a master host pathogen interaction. And for the story, when I was 14, I participated to a fundraiser for HIV research. So when I was 14, I was already sensitized to raising money for the research because people with HIV were living around me. It was part of my friends and family and everything. So I think it's important to not forget that you do that for the people. And then I got the PhD. And what do you have cells that live a long time in your body, like neurons? So I moved to postdoc in Philly to study HIV in brains. That was part of the full research that I always wanted to do since I was young. And I really found that was the important part I wanted to address. That's why. Yeah, it really felt like that. Like, I want to help people, I see the problem, I like that part, so let's put that together, and it's really fulfilling to do this type of research. So when I'm in front of my microscope and I see the cells are struggling, but I'm able to reverse the mechanism and I see the cells, I get them, I treat them, and suddenly they get better. And you see them functioning again. And you see that they're clearing themselves. You see like everything happening again and they're communicating. And that I really like. Yeah, exactly. So what I see now, and I really like to study in the future, it's how neurodegenerative diseases they connect together, HIV-associated disorder, but you're gonna find common mechanisms with Alzheimer and Parkinson. These diseases are gonna have different triggers, different endings, but what I'm working on, so the mechanism of clearance and recycling in neurons, it's a common issue between these diseases. I found a mechanism in HIV. It seems like it's the same in Alzheimer, and it would be really nice to be able to study all across the disease to see if we can find common clues first to help, and maybe the treatments could be used across the diseases. So that's what I really like to work on, going on. So I was at the end of a grant. They gave me a pilot funding, and it allowed me to finish my project. So it allowed me to find a kinase that was having a problem and creating problem in the cell. So that kinase, when it was activated, was keeping the cell from getting clean. And I was able to develop a pharmacological treatment to restore the cleaning in the cells. And I used the pilot funding to do that and to publish it. So now it's out and published, and I'm really happy with that. And the center also provides access to clinicians to work together, and I appreciate that too. Yeah, when you develop a project, you always have a public health part, and you have that story, that mechanism in your head, and you're like, is it really working like that with patients? Am I going wrong? Like, what is the significance in the diseases of that particular problem? So you always need like a little discussion with the clinician about that for like numbers, because in grant they're gonna want, and it's normal, to be sure it's translating in like real life what you're gonna show. So that work with them is really important for that. So people think now you have treatments and people with HIV are gonna be okay. But even if you have treatments with a very small viral charge, you're gonna still have 40% of people with neurocognitive disorder. Often mild, but enough to create problems in everyday life. Gait issues, if you're old and you fall, that's a problem. Memory issue, it's really affecting quality of life every day. So the problem is still here. We still need to understand the mechanism and get funding for that.
So just to clarify, if people living with HIV are taking their medications regularly, they still are at risk for neurocognitive.
They still are. There's also that the treatments, they're not reaching the brain properly. We need to develop more treatments to be sure they're targeting the brain. Because when they got developed, you wanted to be sure the viral charge is staying low. They were not completely developed to go to the brain, right? There's more work that needs to be done for that, because there's things we can do. We know about that. Yes.
Getting a little more into the community side of things. Why
Well, for that part, we need to improve their lives, and there's also other way to improve their lives, like what you did with these flyers. They need to understand that you have to take your treatment, but also the way you're living your life can help, like better nutrition, careful with your blood sugar, careful with your cholesterol level, exercise, and maybe sometimes they do have these neurocognitive issues, but they don't realize. If you tell them you might have this and that, be aware of it, be aware you might fall, you might have memory issue, they can take action to make their life better and be proactive early in life too.
the prevention?
Yeah. Exactly.
Can you talk?
Well, the issue with people like me right in the lab, it's we could just stay in the lab and not interact with people. So that's why we have center like your center to really help to go outside and talk to them. And for the story, I met a girl. She started to take treatment for HIV when she was 14. She lost the ability of speaking completely. She got the first treatment at 14 and she started to talk again. But the way she recovered and everything and her feedback was really important for me to understand that maybe the disease, the way I'm studying it, it's not the good way. So they give us a feedback, but then we're gonna adapt what we're doing to be sure that we're gonna really target the problem they have. So we really need a constant feedback between each other. We can't, I'm a molecular virologist. Learn to just work in my lab and stay in my lab. That should not work like that. it's not gonna work if we do that.
Can you be involved with some
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're not that far from developing some just like treatment to get better memory and gait, but also like I was saying before, just like make them aware that what can be done preventively and what could happen. They're like, be careful, you could have these issues.
On a bit more of a advice note, I guess you could say. What
Connect more with other researchers in a lot of different fields, even if it's hard, even if you don't see why, if they don't like you. The network is really important. Even if you don't think it's relevant to what you do, it will be relevant to what you do. Everything is connected and you don't realize it. So that is really important. Yeah. I think it's really important to meet the patients and talk to them and see what they need, the information they need, and if they're comfortable with, share their experience and create a good relationship and confident relationship to like share that. It's far and it's once a year. The AIDS meeting does that really well, so that's really important to go, but it's always like far and expensive. So it's better if we can have like something local to do that. And so far it was a little hard. You have a lot of associations in Philly, but you have to go out and go for it. And people are gonna be nicer than you think and more willing to talk about it. But I think for the student, you have to do it. You can't stay just in your lab. Yeah, because that's why we do it, right? That's why we stay late in the lab. That's for people living with HIV. That's the end goal.